What's good, everybody? We are back again with another episode of the world famous and infamous to some people No Hedging Podcast. I go by the name of Rip16, the GOAT.
I am tired of fly jet.
And we are the Mighty No Hedging Podcast duo, back for another amazing episode. As we've been doing like weekly, you know, just starting off the show, just what's L?
What? Boy, you been hot.
What?
Boy, you're hot.
Scary hot. It almost make you nervous when you're this hot. But yeah, man, it's a lot of dubs been handed out. I don't know. They might have to put me on Mount Rushmore for a teaser bet or something. I don't know, because at this point, it's just ridiculous.
Hey, keep it going.
And that's the plan, man. So make sure y'all like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you all could keep on doing that, keep on showing some love and support, we greatly appreciate it. The more of that love and support you all give us, the more we can give back to y'all. And, you know, pop our shit and help you pop yours. You know?
Yeah, shout out to all the new subscribers, man. We appreciate you guys for hitting that subscribe button.
For sure.
And listening in and tuning in. And we're going to make sure that we deliver more exhilarating content for you guys, so you guys can obviously listen, tune in, and then ultimately make some money.
Yeah,
some money.
Get some money on. As a quick side note, shout out to OTE. We went to the game on Friday for opening night for the OTE. That was pretty dope.
Yeah, that's cool.
Just wanted to throw that out there. So if you see us in the streets, you know, come talk to us. We talk back. We cool people. But yeah, make sure you hit that link. Props made easy. Them prop bets, man. There's still a lot of props out there. And looking at this week's schedule, there's going to be some cool little props on the table. So you might want to go ahead and hit that link in the description and go get you some props made easy player.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, anything else you want to tell the people before we dive right into this?
Let's get the diving.
All right, man. Without further ado, man, let's give these folks some takeaways from week 9 of the NFL season.
We're halfway
what do
through.
You got?
We halfway through. We're halfway through the season.
Yeah.
And the Cowboys still suck. Nothing's changed.
Didn't I cuss them out last episode?
Yes, you did.
Cuss them clean out. And then they came out there and they lost.
Yeah, and it was they tried to make it competitive to a degree, but I think that was more so in the little mistakes that the Atlanta Falcons were doing. Kind of doing a little bit too much. Trying to, you know, do a little bit too much, and the Dallas Cowboys try to claw back in.
They actually tried to generate a run game against us.
Yeah, they tried.
Which is why I know we need an edge rusher really bad.
But yeah, Dallas, they're still terrible. Nothing's changed.
Yeah.
They're not a good team. They're a bad team. They're obviously not a contender.
At this point in the season, if you're a team, it's just we pretty much know who you are at this point in the season. And the thing is with the Dallas Cowboys, we know that. We already know.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing changing. Ain't nothing finna change. Because they can't.
Yeah.
What did they do? They picked up Mingo? We'll get to that in a minute.
Right.
But, yeah, man, they ass.
Dak gets hurt, hamstring injury, out for 4 weeks.
He was over there nursing a hand, and next thing I know, they said he out with a hamstring.
Yeah, when he threw the ball, he was grimacing on his arm and stuff. So, I don't know. Some say he's quitting on the team. Yeah. CD got banged up.
And he did on the sideline say, we fucking suck.
Clearly said, we fucking suck.
That's what he said.
That's what he said.
That's what he said, not me.
He said. We said he still suck, but he said we fucking suck. And he's not lying. They are terrible. They suck. They're not good. They won 12 games last year, I think it was, or something like that.
They did really good.
Yeah, did really good. And now you're the bottom of the barrel of the NFL, and you're not looking like you're getting any better. No Michael Parsons, Trayvon Diggs not playing good.
They saying Michael Parsons is set to return probably this week.
But it's only so much he can do.
But I mean, Dak is out now. Yeah. So I mean, we got a homie say Cooper Rush passed the ball downfield much better than Dak, so they're a sleeper team, bro. I'm not putting no faith in no damn Cowboys. I'm sorry.
But I must say, I think this might be the last time we have anything to say about the Cowboys. There's nothing else to talk about. They suck. It's official. It's been official for weeks now. This was their chance or opportunity to kind of turn the page a little bit, but they didn't take advantage of it, and they're done.
That page ain't turning, brother.
Nah,
it is what it is.
that book is closed.
It is what it is.
Yeah, what you got?
My takeaway, man. Well, let's talk about another one. Like last week, you called it on your, and you was like, "Well, I think the Jets gonna beat the Texans, right? Because of the injuries."
Well, injuries and CJ doesn't play good on the road.
And CJ's not playing that great on the road.
Yeah.
And they end up winning, right? Mm-hmm. Now, first half, they did not look like a winning team.
That game was terrible in the first half.
It looked sloppy, really bad.
Yeah, sloppy on both sides.
Throwing the ball back in the end zone, I was like, the Jets out here jetting again.
They were doing what they were doing, loading up.
To shoot themselves
in the foot.
It
was happening.
But to their credit, they came out looking like a completely different team in the second half. Mm-hmm. Now, in that second half, I seen the Jets defense that we all expected to see at the beginning of the season.
8 sacks.
A lot of sacks.
Yeah.
And their red zone coverage kept, because to the Texans' credit, they were trying to get down the field. Joe Mixon was having himself a day. Mm-hmm. They was getting down the field, but when they get inside of the damn 20,
yeah, it was tough.
That ball was not moving.
Yeah,
it wasn't no pass, wasn't no run. It was nothing. Mm-hmm. They even had a penalty one time. Had to get back out of there, and they still couldn't score.
Yeah,
I said, okay, now this is the Jets defense I expected to see when we said, okay, they supposed to be a top tier defense. You got Sauce, you got Quentin, you got guys, dudes and bros.
Well, that's what was dominating Quentin Williams. Right up the center, up the middle, tearing them up.
And that's what we expected to see out of the Jets, out of that defense. Now, the second half Jets looks like the team we kind of expected them to play. Devontae getting catches, Garrett Wilson doing the jump man. Yep. It was a lot of highlights and a lot of positive things to look forward to off of that Jets team. They did not look like a shit show. So I'll give them credit for that. That was one of my takeaways. Is this the Jets team that we're going to see for the remainder of the season? Is that the thing?
I think so, man. I mean, if you look at like the rest of their schedule, like they play some really not good
mid teams.
Yeah, they play some
really mid teams.
Yeah, they play some mid teams. Like, so the next games on their schedule is they got the Cardinals, which is a winnable game.
Very winnable.
The Colts, winnable game.
Very winnable.
Seahawks, winnable game.
Very winnable due to them being banged up.
Dolphins is a little bit questionable, but you got the Jags, winnable game.
Healthy Dolphins are scary.
Right. Then you got the Rams, Bills, and the Dolphins again. So, like, the next 3 or 4 games, they can go 3-1.
They could.
You know
they
what I mean?
Can make a push. Does that make them a playoff team?
I think that puts them in the mix of it because that'll put them in the second place in division. So, I mean, it's still a lot of football to be played. It's hard to say just yet.
Yeah.
But, we can't.
Halfway through the season, they're in a striking distance.
Yeah. We got to see if they're consistent with that second half performance in the next upcoming games before I'm willing to say, okay, they're a playoff team.
I'll say this. Even though we have been super critical of the Jets around here, they do have a chance at making the playoffs. Now, which it's such a dichotomy dealing with this team. When that first half Jets versus that second half Jets, we're going to see which one shows up. Mm-hmm. And that's going to determine whether they're a playoff team. But that second half Jets team, they can for damn sure make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And with that schedule they got, they for damn sure can make the playoffs.
Yeah.
As long as they don't pull that pistol out, load that motherfucker up, and aim it at their big toe.
Yeah, they got to clean that stuff up, man. They clean that stuff up, then like they clean up the penalties, they clean up the dumb turnovers, like running into the end zone without a football.
Too excited.
Right. That stuff right there, drops and stuff like that, miscommunications, they clean that stuff up, then they're going to be a really good team it's going to be hard to beat.
Okay, I can get behind that.
Yeah.
Now, one last takeaway.
Yeah.
Kansas City Chiefs, man.
They win again.
8-0.
They win again.
Some of the bitches won again. They
in the dog
fight. They managed
to
pull it off in a dog fight against the Buccaneers. To Baker Mayfield's credit, Baker Mayfield was out there scrambling. He was finding guys. He found Sterling Shepard a gang of times. Cade Nodden had himself a day.
Yes, he did.
Bucky Irvin got a lot of touches and usage. They fought. They really fought. But I was watching this game with one of our homies, and we was both watching it, and he was like, now, if the Buccaneers score here, should they go for 2 or kick a field goal?
Oh.
And I said, against the Chiefs? Go for 2.
No.
Go for fucking 2.
No.
Because you do not want to play against the Chiefs and they activate that 13th man in overtime. You don't want to do
Well,
it.
here's my argument to
They
that.
should have went for the 2. It wasn't a bad decision to kick the field
No,
goal.
you kick
It was
the field
not
goal.
bad. It was not bad.
It's a double-edged sword. You kick the field goal. Now they saying you should have went for 2. You go for 2, and you don't get it. Now they say you should have kicked the field goal.
I said before they did it, you should have went for 2.
Yeah, but if he doesn't make it, then you automatically lose.
You don't give the Chiefs the ball in overtime.
Well, here's the thing, right? So
don't do it.
In order
too good
in
situational football.
They are, but here's what happened, right? How did they get down there to score? They kicked the ball to the Chiefs because they had to punt, and they made the Chiefs give them back the ball, and they were able to score, go down the field with 2 minutes or something left on the clock, and drive down the field and score to tie it up.
Yeah, but at that point in the game, the Chiefs were leading.
Yeah, I get it. But my point is,
being up by
he
7,
trusted in his defense to do what he just did.
But it's not as dire of a situation for the Chiefs because you're already up by 7.
I get it.
So if I'm the Buccaneers, I'm like, the Chiefs don't need to touch this ball in overtime because they touch the ball, your ass is getting cooked. And I was like, it's a damn shame what's about to happen to the Buccaneers in overtime because they came out here and played inspired football and they played a good game. And sure enough, it was a damn shame what happened.
It's inevitable, man. You playing the Chiefs. The Chiefs, they always find a way to win. Credit to the Bucs. They gave the Chiefs everything they had. With nothing. They didn't have no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin.
Oh yeah, that's why I said they play inspired. They put together a nice scheme on the road, and they
Monday night in Kansas City.
It was a lot of things.
Rainy football game.
They showed cojones.
Yeah,
but I needed them to show just a little bit more cojones to get the win by going for 2 in that situation because your ass is not beating the Chiefs in overtime.
No.
Message to anybody, you playing against the Chiefs this season, especially if it's a playoff game and such, I get it. Kicking the field goal is a smart move. I get it. However, the Chiefs with the ball in overtime is not a good look because they're going to score a touchdown.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. Like, you can't allow the Chiefs, you can't allow that aura, and this is what Todd Bowles didn't do. He didn't allow that aura of Pat Mahomes for them to get out of character and not do anything that he doesn't do normally.
And he lost.
You know what I'm saying? He lost. It's just the Chiefs. You're going to lose. They haven't lost all year. They haven't lost in the last 15 games.
If you're going to lose to the Chiefs, why not just go all out?
I get it. Trust me.
They need some YNs.
I'm not mad.
They need some YNs over there.
I'm not mad at the decision. I'm just saying I respect the decision. I understand the decision. I'm not mad at it.
I think these teams need some YNs on the sidelines. I need somebody saying they burnt out twin. They need somebody ready to crash out. They need some real crash dummies because you got to have some real cojones and not give a fuck to beat the Chiefs. Yeah. That's the only way you're going to do it. You just got to go out there. But
yeah,
speaking of that.
Hold on.
What?
D-Hop.
D-Hop had a day. That was another thing.
Nuke went crazy.
He went crazy in that game.
He's a good fit for that offense, and he should have been on the Chiefs before he signed with the Tennessee Titans. That's where he should have been.
Yeah. But I do think them not having any game tape of how he works in that scheme, him being brand new to how they can utilize him and do things with him on the field also helped because Xavier Worthy was non-existent in that game.
Yeah, he's going to be non-existent as long as Hop is in there.
If he playing like that, he might as well be.
He caught every target.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even the triple coverage went down the field.
He had himself a day.
Yeah.
Travis Kelce had a lot of receptions too.
He had like 14, I think.
He had a lot of receptions. Yeah. So credit to them. The Chiefs really played a good game of football, but the Buccaneers really played well and inspired for the most part in that game as well. Yeah. It's just you don't give the Chiefs the ball in overtime, man. It's just
good teams always find a way to win.
Yeah,
that's just what it is.
Which is why you go for 2. But speaking of the Chiefs, we have another wonderful segment around here. One of our favorites around here, and it's a segment we like to call Besides the Chiefs.
Besides the Chiefs.
We already know. We know. It hurt me too. We know the Chiefs are the number 1, and we know that they're obviously a Super Bowl contender. They're undefeated. Surprise, surprise. But besides the Chiefs, who else do you think is really, a good contender out here? Who do you think is really another squad that has a good shot to do something out here?
Let's keep it in the division. How about we?
Okay.
We should start paying attention to the Los Angeles Chargers.
All right, now we talking. There you go.
We should start paying a little bit more attention to the Los Angeles Chargers.
That's my Shelly.
The Chargers are 5-3.
Yes, they are.
Second in this same Chiefs division.
This is why Bolt Nation, the Chargers fans, we was happy about getting Harbaugh.
Mm-hmm.
We was running around here and we had Staley last season out here doing all types of crazy stuff.
Oh man.
Say he's a defensive guy giving up all types of points.
Yeah. Can't stop nothing.
Yeah, the handshake wasn't matching the smile.
Terrible on fourth down.
Yeah, the handshake was not matching the smile. However, Jim Harbaugh he's sticking true to what he said. They playing excellent football in the secondary. That defensive secondary can damn near get you a coverage sack because they locking some people up out there. Then you got a great run game going right now. You getting a lot of yards on the ground with J.K. Dobbins. Herbert, he's dishing that ball around. You know, he doesn't have the greatest wide receiving core. However, Lad McConkey had himself a really good game like last week. Not so much against the Browns, but
Johnson made a appearance.
Yeah, Johnson made an appearance against the Browns. They got themselves a nice blowout win over there. I think they're coming in second in the division. We said this in our preview. And I was like, Chiefs first, Chargers second, Broncos third, Raiders last. I believe that's what we said. It might have been flip-flop on the Raiders and Broncos, but I know for a fact we said the Chargers.
That's where it stands right now.
The Chargers. And that's where it's looking. Halfway through the season, it's looking just like that. And I think it's going to stay like that.
Well, here's the thing. So the Chargers have some prove-it games coming up.
Yeah.
It's not easy on the rest of their schedule. So they got the Titans this week.
Okay.
We both agree that should be a win.
Yeah.
Now, after that, they got a team that you don't like, that you think is done, that you think is trash. Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals. But that's going to be a tough game for them.
Hey, defense, man.
That's going to be a tough game for the Chargers.
I'll say this. It'll be a tough game for them because the Cincinnati Bengals offense is still playing well.
Yeah. Joe Burrow's playing lights out.
Joe Burrow is throwing for a lot of yards. Jamar Chase is always dangerous. Chase Brown, he's been playing pretty well. So, I mean, you got some guys on offense where you can move that ball around. Maybe by then they have T. Higgins back.
And they don't really need T. Because Joe Burrow throwing 4 or 5 touchdowns without him.
So, they're dangerous on offense for sure. That's going to be a test for that secondary to see really how good that secondary is.
Then after that, you got your Ravens.
Tough, always tough.
Then you got your Falcons.
That's going to be a decent matchup.
Then you have the Chiefs again. So the next 5 games is going to really determine whether or not the Chargers are for real or not.
Yeah. I think they got something to prove in here, but I do think
as of right now, as of right now, as of today, they're legit.
I think the Chargers are a wild card team. I think they're going to make the playoffs.
Now, do they get a playoff win? Maybe not.
I don't know. It depends on who they match up with.
Yeah.
Depends on matchups now.
But yeah, that's one team that I think should be on the radar for a potential playoff contender.
Well, you know I ain't going against you on that one. Bolt up. Love them just as much as I love my Falcons. So, hey, I'm with you. Now, the other thing besides the Chiefs, when we talk about contenders and pretenders out here, not really necessarily just a specific team I have for that this week. It's trade deadline around here, so it's a lot of teams, trying to put up or shut up. It's some teams clocking out. It's some moves being made out here. So, what are some of the trades that you've seen so far, or some of the teams making trades so far that you think are putting themselves in contention or showing that they pretended?
I think the most the best trade acquisition is probably going to be Zadarius Smith to the Detroit Lions. It made the most sense because of Aiden Hutchinson got injured for the season. They needed a pass rusher, and they went and got a stud of a pass rusher.
And just think, if they manage to make it to the Super Bowl and Aiden Hutchinson comes back.
Oh, man. Hey. Yeah, it's gonna be dangerous.
Ooh.
It's gonna be dangerous.
That's scary.
So I think that was one of the most impactful acquisitions so far. Another one.
I got one.
Yeah, go ahead.
I like the Steelers acquisitions.
Mm-hmm.
They went out and they got Preston Smith,
I like Preston.
and then they went and got Lattimore too, right?
No,
No.
Lattimore went to Washington.
Yeah, Lattimore went to Washington.
They got Mike Williams.
They got Mike Williams.
They can keep
Mike Williams, I wasn't blown away by that.
No.
But the Preston Smith thing, Mike Williams is not a bad receiver. It's just the fact that he's not out there. And it's just like he has the ability to make an impact, but he just doesn't.
He has the ability. Mike Williams, his best skill set is jump balls, contested balls.
Contested.
That's it. And I can understand the thought process on why the Pittsburgh wanted to bring him in.
They need somebody.
But they have a guy like that already.
They got George Pickens.
They got George Pickens. George Pickens is the same type of guy. Deep route, jump ball contest. The only issue that I have with Mike Williams is he's either going to get hurt or he's going to drop the ball or he's going to do both on the same play. He's going to drop the ball and get hurt. So that's my issue with Mike Williams, and he's done that with the Chargers and he's done that with the Jets. So what? You fooled me once.
I think I'm
twice.
gonna say this. For the Jets system, I just didn't see where he fit in on the field. It just seemed like he didn't really fit in on the field well because Garrett Wilson, he wants his targets, and then Lazard was getting all these targets at the beginning of the season, and then you got Devontae Adams there.
Yeah.
It was just like he ain't really fit in over here.
And I didn't realize he was 30. And he's not a good 30. Tay Adams is 30, but he's a good 30.
He said he's not a good 30.
There's a difference. DeAndre Hopkins is 30.
Yeah.
But he's a good 30.
Yeah.
There's a difference in 30. If I'm going to compare, Mike Williams is not a good 30.
I'm gonna say this: if Mike Williams can't do anything with the Pittsburgh Steelers, then it's time for him to clock out.
Oh yeah, he's on. Hey, he's on watch.
You move to another segment if you can't do anything.
He's on clock watch.
We're gonna see if he on the clock
because
you're 30. You with a new team for the second time this season. Okay.
Yeah, we'll see him in the UFL pretty soon.
You stupid.
But another acquisition that you was alluding to, Marshawn Lattimore to the Washington Commanders.
I like that one.
That's good because that helps shore up that secondary. Looks like the New Orleans Saints is kind of blowing everything up. Yeah, they give them free. Come get them. We got players, we got coaches. What y'all got?
Y'all got draft picks?
Bro, only got a fifth rounder. Sure.
But
take Marshawn. So, good pickup by Washington.
He was a third rounder though.
Yeah, it don't matter. I only got a fifth round pick for Marshawn. You want to take the fifth for? Whatever.
I mean, I would have took it, but give me that third.
But yeah, the New Orleans Saints, they got rid of that player, Marshawn Lattimore, good player for the most part.
What do you think about your Giants shopping Azeez Ojulari around?
If the Giants get Azeez out of the building, my head is going to explode.
Well, he is from Georgia.
I understand that. The Falcons been trying to get him for a week or so. They've been on him.
And the Falcons, hey, listen. Coach got up there in that press conference and said, "Look, listen, guys. I know we need an edge rusher. I know.
But here's the thing. So the Giants feel that Azeez...
Seeing too many edge rushers come off of this board. The
Giants feel that Azeez Ojulari is expendable because our first-round draft pick, can't even remember the motherfucking name right now because he hasn't played and really hasn't made an impact. Kayvon Thibodeau. I'm sorry, KT. But he hasn't played. He's been injured. And since Azeez been in the game, Azeez been getting sacks every week. He's been producing. He's been performing, been productive. So now the Giants have a little bit of leverage with Azeez. So the price of Azeez is going up. But I'm like, Azeez been getting stacks. Kayvon Thibodeau has not. Let's shop him. Kayvon Thibodeau ain't playing. Let's shop him. But the Giants are going to do dumb shit, man. Giants are going to do dumb shit as they have been.
Well, we know. I'm hoping y'all GM got one more dumb move and send Ojulari to the Falcons before he clocks out.
It's going to happen.
You already asked him to clock out for you. Let's go ahead and give us one more dumb move on your way out the door, brother.
Yeah.
I'd appreciate it. But yeah, man. and speaking of that,
hold on, I got one more contender potential.
Okay.
The Arizona Cardinals. They were I like them to go to the playoffs this year. Right now, they lead in the division.
Okay.
Who would have thought? They got a 49ers team banged up, not looking too well. Seattle is not looking too well, even though they got a good win this week. And who else is over there? The Rams. That division is going to be real tight towards the end of the season.
Not for sure.
But I think the Arizona Cardinals, they've been playing real gritty. They've been competitive. In the way that they bludgeoned the Chicago Bears this past weekend, they're able to score points. So I think the Arizona Cardinals is one of those teams that can be on the contender watch list.
We said they were sneaky for a wild card spot.
They could be on the contender watch list. Yeah.
What is that, 3 wins in a row?
Jets this week, Seahawks next week, Vikings, Seahawks again, Patriots, Panthers, Rams, and 49ers. So they got a nice little stretch of games where they got to prove themselves.
But didn't they win 3 games in a row?
I believe so. Let me see. They got...
Because they snuck one in on the Chargers.
No, they got...
they got the Giant. I mean, they got
3 in
the
a row.
Dolphins.
Dolphins, Dolphins, Bears.
And then they beat the hell out of the Bears. Yeah,
and
they
already won against the 49ers
and
once.
They already beat the 49ers once. They listen. We said in this preview, you said on your side, you was like the Cardinals, I think, are going to be a wild card team.
Yeah, I think they're going to be a wild card team.
They're a dark horse team to make the playoffs. Yep. And they look like they're about to do it.
Yeah.
Halfway through the season, they looked on pace to make it happen, especially with the schedule that you just laid out. Mm-hmm. They got a clean little shot at it, man.
Yeah.
But yeah. So going into one of our next segments, a segment that we've grown to love. Not that much to say, but it is somebody that
yeah, you can go ahead and clock out.
If you clock out
Right now? Yeah.
Who that?
Okay.
They already clocked him out. He said, "Who that?" They already went ahead and clocked him out. Who that? Dennis Allen. They clocked him out.
Dennis Allen fired after the loss to the sorry Carolina Panthers with Bryce Young.
With Bryce Young.
That was the last straw.
That was the last straw.
They
said you got beat by Bryce Young.
Dennis Allen.
I'm done.
Dennis Allen come in my office.
So I'm done. The owner said I am done.
Dennis Allen come in the office. You can't lose to the Carolina Panthers.
You cannot.
The way that they lost.
No, you cannot.
Dennis Allen, this was your last shot at being the New Orleans Saints coach. You should have been fired last season, but they gave you another shot. I don't know why.
You had a playoff shot last season.
They had a playoff shot and blew it. They blew it. They let Tampa Bay take it. Dennis Allen, you lost 7 games in a row. Haven't won a football game since September. Thanksgiving is next week.
He didn't have a quarterback for like 3 of those games.
Doesn't matter. Find a way to win.
Oh, he was out there with a rookie.
Did Green Bay have that issue?
They ain't have no receivers.
Green Bay had that issue?
He had some receivers though.
They won some games without a quarterback.
Yeah.
Dennis Allen, find a way to win games.
Yeah.
You can't go on a 7-game losing streak. And then you cap it by losing to the Carolina Panthers.
Ain't bad though.
You can't lose to the Carolina Panthers and Bryce Young. You just can't do it. You can't do it.
No, you don't.
You're better than them.
You should be.
You're better than them.
I had the Bastards actually winning that game, and
you had your starting quarterback.
I almost had another teaser that was about to go through if it weren't for them. So clock out for me, big dog.
Well, shout out to the New Orleans Saints. They already clocked them out, so we ain't have to do it. But
they clocked them out.
He was on the radar for sure.
The Saints have clocked out for the season though. They got rid of Lattimore. That just tells me that they are clocked the fuck.
It's time to rebuild in New Orleans.
Out. Yeah.
It's time to rebuild.
All right, man. So we talked about last week. We talked about the trade deadline. We talked about, quick clock out.
A lot of stuff. Going on.
Talked about a lot of good things. But these folks need to know about this coming week of what's coming up, man.
Yes.
10 of them things. So what you got on your must-see TV for the people, man? What do these folks need to watch? There's a lot of games going on, but what's one of them ones? You know what I mean?
I think everybody need to tune in to TNF.
To the Giants game?
Oh, hell no. TNF, man. This Thursday, Cincinnati Bengals, Baltimore Ravens is an AFC North division rivalry football game. Yes. I think everybody need to tune in, watch that game. I believe this is a must-win game for Cincinnati if they want any hopes in the playoffs.
Man, listen.
Now, if are they going to do that? I don't know, but this is a must-win game for Cincinnati. Joe Burrow and those guys, they got to beat the Ravens if they want to have a shot at the playoffs. Ravens, they just came off of a massive bludgeoning to the Broncos. So I think this is going to be a very, very good, interesting game. I think it's going to be close. Both defenses hasn't been playing very well this season. Obviously, the Ravens like to give up leads. Joe Burrow has been playing lights out. Lamar has been playing lights out. Derrick Henry also been playing lights out. Lead the league in rushing. So you got a lot of fireworks.
Henry, one of them ones.
You got a lot of fireworks going on in this game right here. Deontay Johnson added to the roster for the Baltimore Ravens. So,
nice.
Hey, man.
Nice pickup for them.
Listen, must-see TV, Baltimore Ravens, Cincinnati Bengals.
I want to see it because I think it'll be fun to watch with, the division game and the Panthers. I mean, not the Panthers. They're playing Panther-ish. But the Bengals offense.
Bengals been winning.
Bengals offense. They ain't been winning. They won one.
They've been winning.
They won a game, and they got the hell beat out of them in another game. The problem is they still can't play defense. But I want to see it because I think it'll be an entertaining game.
Bengals win this game, they go 400. I mean, 500. It'll be 500.
They'll be 400.
500.
They're losing. But another game I would like to see, the Steelers versus Commanders. I feel like this one is going to be a real good game.
Yeah, must-see TV for sure. Pittsburgh
Washington made some moves. Washington made a nice move getting Marshawn Lattimore. The legend of Jane Daniels continues. I told you he was going to beat the Giants. I told you.
Yeah, barely.
Oh, hey, look. A wise man once said, it don't matter if you win by an inch or a mile. Winning's winning.
Yeah, that's true.
And they 7-2.
I would say this. Both teams have new acquisitions from the trade deadline. We'll see how these guys fill in their roles. But this is going to be, for me, it's going to be a test to see if Jaden Daniels is really legit in those Washington Commanders team. This is a good defense that they'll be going up against. This is a good offense, decent offense, I would say, that the Pittsburgh Steelers have. So we'll see if they are who we think they are. I mean, their record is 7-2. They're 7-2 for a reason. But I think this is probably going to be one of the best teams that they played all season.
Sure. They're going against a much stronger defensive test than a lot of the other teams they played. So
I'm curious to see how he responds to this type of defense.
Yeah, me too. That's the biggest thing I'm looking forward to seeing in this game. How does Jaden Daniels respond to a Steelers level defense? And the Steelers coming off of a bye week, so having the extra time to game plan and having a phenomenal coach, he's gonna put together some shit to throw at him. So I think this is a great test for them.
And if the Steelers run the football like the Giants did in the first quarter, taking control of the possession, running the ball, had the ball for like 7 minutes or so, and then scoring a touchdown off of that drive, the Washington, they could not stop the run for nothing. And sure enough, the Giants run away from that and put the ball in the air. But if Pittsburgh could run the football like the Giants did in the first quarter, or even run the ball better than that, then I think Pittsburgh is the side.
You said Dabo. It wasn't Dabo's fault, though.
Nah, it ain't Dabo's fault.
So they ain't run the ball. That's not Dabo's fault.
Well, I'm talking this whole season ain't his fault.
Okay.
But it's a lot of blame to go around over there. It's a lot of blame.
Is it another game these folks must see?
Dolphins, Rams, Monday night. Electric.
Yeah, that's some firepower.
Electric.
They both healthy now. Both teams being at full capacity and health, especially on offense. I do think this is a must-see TV game. I think it's a lot of dynamic plays to be made. I think it's a very entertaining Monday night football game. I do want to send out a public apology to all the people out in Germany. They're getting a German game, but unfortunately it's the Giants and the Panthers.
Oh, send it out early.
Don't know what they did to deserve that. But shout out to them. Falcons got a German fan club. Don't know if you knew that, but they got a German fan club out there. So shout out to them. Maybe they'll show up and just go to a football game.
But yeah, this game Monday night, Dolphins, Rams.
Mike
McDaniel.
That's much more entertaining.
this is a good game.
Very
Good quarter. Well,
and it's a meaningful and impactful game. Right?
Yeah, for both
because
teams.
the Dolphins kind of trying to get back on track after getting Tua back finally.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to see if they can manage to put together some type of wild card run.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams also kind of in a similar boat, managing to see if they can put together a wild card run.
They just chewing at wins.
But they chewing at them, man. They plucking them out. Puka fired off on somebody else and got ejected from the game. So, I expect him to come back energized against these Dolphins since he got kicked out of the last game.
Bet the over.
Yeah. I'm definitely looking at Puka Nacua over yardage in this game. I think he should have himself a good day. Also, Derrick Henry against the Bengals over. Ooh, way over. Might even want to go.
If they decide
demon.
to go that route, shit, we'll see.
They going that route.
They want to run the ball.
That last time they lost, they didn't give Derrick Henry the ball. You give Derrick Henry the ball, you blow somebody out. Listen, I'm not the smartest guy in the world.
They be having identity crisis sometimes. They act like they want to run the ball sometimes, and they don't.
Do occasionally.
Yeah, so it's weird. In big games like this, it seems like they get away from who they really
Just
are.
accept it. You're a running team.
Yeah.
It's okay. That's
Lamar
a good
can
thing.
throw the ball. We all know that.
We know.
He's good at it.
You don't have to prove anything to us, brother.
Yeah, but run the ball.
Just run it.
Then hand it off.
Yeah.
25 times.
Please.
He'll break one for 60.
Yes, he will. You'll win by 60 against that damn Bengals defense. But yeah.
Yeah.
But we tell them to MustSeeTV, but the folks need to know one of the most important parts of the whole show, for real, if we being honest. These folks need to know, what are your best bets?
Best bets, baby.
Best bets for week 10 of the NFL season.
Well, for me, last week, I was
What do
shit.
you got?
I was shit last week, but my guy
Yeah.
swept the board.
I was 3-0, baby.
3-0.
3-0 on my picks. I told you.
So I was 1-2, but we're going to bounce back. All right? I'm
Yeah.
going clean sweep.
It's all right.
I got some good ones this week.
I think so, too.
Let's talk about it.
We're going to get some money.
Munyon. M-U-N-I, okay? First bet of the week. Best bet. Buffalo versus Tennessee. Buffalo -4. Playing Tennessee Titans. Josh Allen.
I like that one.
Josh Allen. Need I say more?
Back to back. I like that record.
Josh Allen. They were in like a little dog fight with the Miami Dolphins, but that was a divisional game, so that's understandable. They're going to go out there, play tennis.
They're playing the Colts.
The Colts, I'm sorry. They're going to go out there and play the Colts.
I still like that one.
Yeah. Buffalo over the Colts. I think that's an easy play. Give me the Buffalo -4. My next one is going to be Pittsburgh +3. They are playing Washington. We just talked about this game on MustSeeTV. Pittsburgh is the underdog. I don't know why. I don't know how. Maybe because Washington is getting juiced up. But
I get why they're the underdog. Actually, the line is moving as we speak. It goes down.
it's up and down.
2.5.
Yeah, 2.5, 3, 2.5, 3. Pittsburgh +2.5. Pittsburgh's +3. I think they're going to win outright. I'm going to take Pittsburgh on this one. My last one is going to be the San Francisco 49ers -5.5. They are playing Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay on a short week. San Francisco on a long week. Haven't seen them in months, seem like. They are coming off a bye. Tampa Bay.
They getting healthier.
They getting healthier. Tampa Bay coming off of this short week, this game where they played Kansas City. They went to overtime. They were on the road. They are weaponless. I think their best weapon is going to be their running backs.
K. Otten has been good
K.
too.
Otten too, but Fred Warner got something for that.
Said Fred Warner.
Yeah, Fred Warner got something for that.
Yeah,
So
I'm
best
rocking
bets:
with
Buffalo -4, Pittsburgh +3, and the San Francisco 49ers -5.5.
you. I'm rocking with that.
I love it.
I think you got two teams coming off of bye weeks right there.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Steelers and San Francisco 49ers coming off bye weeks is very good, and they have some formidable opponents. However, I think them coming off a bye week puts them in a very good position. So I'm not mad at those picks. I'm not mad at those. I like them.
What you got?
It's got. I'm gonna take it back home, man. Now starting off at the beginning of the season,
You've been making money off Atlanta.
I have. I told you.
When I bet them, I lose them.
What do Falcons do? Rise up. Give me the Atlanta Falcons versus New Orleans Saints, man. At the beginning of the season, I would normally say we always split between the Saints.
But the Saints are falling apart.
But the Saints are falling apart. They're having a fire sale over there. You're getting rid of corners. You're getting rid of head coaches. You got your 2 wide receivers
Old
out.
players talking shit about your quarterback.
Old players talking shit. He said that Derek Carr is out here trying to get them killed.
Yeah. He said, bro is ass.
He said, bro is ass. He said, he never liked me. I don't understand. Well, he didn't like you because he feels like you're throwing him injuries.
Right.
That concussion to Chris Olave was like, damn.
Yeah.
He just got back.
Yeah.
And he's out again.
Chris Olave has had too many concussions, man. He's the new Tua.
Yeah, he's getting Tua-ish.
Yeah.
I'm not going to
I don't
hold
like
you.
it. I don't like
It's
it.
not looking good.
Yeah.
But he's out. He's out for the season. I'm expecting a good prop game out of Alvin Kamara because he's pretty much the only goddamn weapon you got. But I still think the Falcons put together way more than the Saints can put together, even though it is a home game for the Saints.
Do we need to go?
That would be fire.
Do we need to go?
That would be fire.
They got a casino.
They do got a casino down there. I've been just as hot on the craps. Yeah, I'm just as hot on the craps. But I wouldn't mind, man. The Atlanta Falcons minus 3.5. The line just went down to 3. I like it even more.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. Give me the Falcons 3.5 or 3. I'm
CLV,
taking
man.
it.
Close line value.
Next game I like a lot. Minnesota Vikings against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I understand the Jags are a little bit better at home. I will give them credit where it's due. They've been playing much better defense on the line. Anyway, that secondary, I'm not convinced.
Hockenson, Jets, and my boy Addison.
Yeah, no.
It's too much juice.
Too much.
And
And Aaron Jones
Aaron
can
Jones out
generate
the
some
backfield,
run
yeah.
and catch passes. So I'm like, no.
It's a lot.
It's a lot for that. If you got weak secondary, that's not the team you want to play. And Darnold is dishing.
That's no different from the offense than they played in Philadelphia last week.
To me, I feel like it's a similar situation. I
Yeah.
feel like they put up some defense.
2 receivers, running back, and a tight end. Decent quarterback play.
Give me the Vikings. Give me Jets having himself another day.
I like it.
And the last one, I'm gonna go ahead and go with the Chicago Bears over the New England Patriots. The Bears back at home. They just got the hell beat out of them by the Arizona Cardinals. Belt the ass.
Mm-hmm.
They need to bounce back and they need to win. And I think this is a good opponent because they have a very good defense, and we all know the Patriots don't have any weapons outside of Ramondre Stevenson.
Yeah.
Ramondre Stevenson is your whole offense, and that's not enough to beat that Bears defense. That's just how I feel. So I'm going to take the Chicago Bears -6 in this one. So my 3 best bets are the Atlanta Falcons -3.5 or 3, wherever your book is at. Give me the Minnesota Vikings -3.5 against the Jacksonville Jaguars, and the Chicago Bears -6 versus the New England Patriots.
I ain't mad at it. Let's do it.
Trying to get another clean sweep, man.
Let's do it, man.
Trying to get another clean sweep. By the way, we've been parlaying some of these best bets.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of these best bets will end up
Parlay,
parlaying.
teasing, all of it.
Parlays, teaser, and we've been cooking.
Yeah.
I done hit about 4 teasers.
You've been on the street. Keep it going.
Lion King hyena laugh. But one more thing before we let these nice people go. These folks still gotta know who's. Did you put them up?
They were up last week.
You put them up last.
I put them up last week.
They was up last week.
Yeah, he ran away. He ran away.
But we're gonna see what
We're gonna bring him back.
We're gonna bring back the dogs.
The dog of the week, man. Last week my dog didn't bark. He ran away. I need Fifi to come on home. But
My
this
dog
week,
did too.
yeah. But this week we're gonna run it back and cash in this week. This week, dog, I got the Jets, Jets. They're playing the Arizona Cardinals.
You taking the dog that beat my dog?
I'm taking another Jets. I'm taking another flyer on the Jets once again. I think the Jets are going to take that momentum that they had in the second half, take it to Arizona. This is a winnable game for the New York Jets, and they're going to find their way to beat the Arizona Cardinals so they can get back in the win column and so they can go ahead and make a push for the playoffs. I think the Jets are going to win and upset the Arizona Cardinals on the road. Lock it in. Jets, Jets. Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson, Air Garrett Wilson.
Eric Garrett.
Air Garrett Wilson, Devontae Tay Adams, Breece Hall, whoever you want to call him.
Breece, yeah.
The defense, give me the Jets.
Okay.
Who you got?
I'm not as mad at you taking the Jets in this situation. It makes sense.
Who you got?
What do you got? I'm gonna run with a dog that you alluded to in the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Okay.
The Steelers are underdog in this game. They 6-2. The Washington Commanders are 7-2. Now, I do like the legend of Jaden Daniels.
You do.
The story that they got going on over there, I actually love that story. But. Let's not forget who Mike Tomlin is.
Mm-hmm.
I think him having a bye week and coming back into this game puts them in a prime position to get a nice win over young Jaden Daniels. And they just bolstered the defense a little bit.
They got some acquisitions on both sides.
They got some acquisitions on both sides. I think both sides, made some nice trade deadline moves so far. So, I mean, we're going to see what Mike Williams do. I don't have high hopes for that. But even without it, I still think
got him
that
for cheap.
Steelers defense.
They got him for cheap.
They did get him for cheap. He's somebody what you got in your pocket? All right, that'll work. I think the Steelers defense, is the determining factor. I think they can get enough stops and possibly the offense generate just a little bit of offense to edge them in a win. I do understand why this point spread is 3, but I think great coaching can make a difference. I am a Falcons fan and an Atlanta native, so I'm familiar with the pedigree of Dan Quinn, and I'm just gonna say that I think Tomlin is a slightly better coach than Dan Quinn, even though he's not bad. I agree, but Tomlin is one of them ones. So I'm gonna go with the Steelers in this. I'm gonna say it's an out-coach game. That's what I'm gonna say. But yeah, man, make sure, man, that's everything we got on this slate. In our best Tyrese voice, that's all we got.
That's all we got.
I just want to let you share.
I just want to let you know, I gave it all I had. I gave you all I had.
That's all I got.
I gave you all I had. That's Shannon Sharp. I just want to let you know, I gave you all I had.
Make sure y'all like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel.
Yeah,
man.
do that.
Make sure you hit that link in that description, man. Props made easy.
There's
some prime time props on the board this week.
Best time to run your prop plays on them standalone games. Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night. You can break up if you're not betting the money lines, you're not betting the points for ATS, whatever. Run the prop play.
And
link in the description. Props made easy.
And if you're a real degenerate, you can start running basketball during the week, because we're going to get back to the crossover soon.
Oh, yeah, it's coming.
But for now, that's what we got. And as we like to say around here, parlays, making money line plays. May these bets continue to pay.
Give me my money.
Just give me my money. And we'll catch you on the next episode.
Peace. Just give me my money.
You claiming you plug ain't got no connect. You keep you a gun, but never a vest. These niggas be wildin', they swear that they violent. Just give me a second to accept the challenge.